Hello, hello, and welcome back to Wheel of Games, where we're playing Shadows of Doubt. Now, last time we started playing through the tutorial, where we learned that a man named Oni Jonsson had been murdered by a low-caliber bullet. So, we're going to continue the investigation. We finished inspecting his apartment, and we found a couple of different interesting leads that we can follow up on, but we're playing through the tutorial, so it's going to help us out with those, point us in the right directions. So, let's go back into the game. So, we're just leaving Oni's building now. You can see we've got some bounty on us after all the breaking and entering we did. But as soon as you leave the building, it all gets cleared away. So just make it out of the building alive, and whatever you've stolen is yours. I did mention last time, though, that I'm going to play with slightly stricter morals than you can play this game with. I'm only going to steal from the dead victims, because they don't need it anymore, or the people, like public areas. So I won't steal from like somebody's house unless they're the victim or the murderer, I guess. But I'm not going to steal from innocent folks' houses. I think I am okay with taking things from public places, like, or any hairpins that I find. That's low value enough, I'm not worried about it. So, because we've got a murder on our hands... Oh, hello, random unknown citizen. Because we've got a murder on our hands, we need to pick up a murder resolution form. So this is how we get the, sort of the structure for a murder case. Because we found one, but we don't get the paperwork right away. So if we open up the board, this tutorial case is called The Dead of Night. So if we click on to see the result, oh look, he's moonwalking there in the background. Basically the game pauses, but the animations just stay in place. So in order to solve the case, we need the full name of the killer. And to fill this out, we can select from any profiles we have. So if we knew who the killer was, we could select them into this. We can arrest the killer using handcuffs. We just got to sneak up behind them and cuff them. That's optional. In fact, all the other objectives besides identifying the killer are optional. If you can identify where the killer lives, and especially if you can, like if you've got the fingerprint or something that places them at the crime scene, that's a bonus. And if you can find the murder weapon, so in this case, a small caliber pistol or revolver. All of these things we would select from the evidence board to fill in. So this is sort of how we officially find the murderer. And once you've gotten all of that, you can resolve it. Oh, hey. Yep, he's telling us we could go to where Oni used to work to try to find clues. Or we know he was at the Indigo Hair Kitchen. These are a couple of the leads we've got. Yep. Yeah, it's telling us that's how we finish that. So, the two leads that it just told us about are where he works and the diner he went to. I also mentioned last episode that we found this Violet person who seems to be bringing him back into some life he was trying to get out of, and a Kiara who seems to be some kind of support group and was helping him. Told him to start writing that diary that we found. So, I don't honestly remember which of these leads to the right conclusion, but I think Investigate Diner's going to teach us something that I think will be very useful for later. A investigation technique. So, to go to Indigo Hair Kitchen, yep, you can always search. Yeah, there's a search function, so you can search for any place, and it'll pop up. This is like the building that it's in, this is the actual kitchen, and you can show it on the map, or plot a route there. So now we are on our way. Click it again. We are on our way to the Indigo Hair Kitchen. Yep, it's telling us we could find a directory and look it up that way, but thankfully it provides you a shortcut, that search field. that you can always find places. Hey, look, diner. It's the Indigo Hair Kitchen. Open 24 hours, thankfully, because we're in the dead of night. Ah, so commercial properties have a bunch of information, but you need to get into the back room to get to it. Now it says you can find it hidden on a note, at least by default. They're not very well hidden, but you can also bribe the staff. Codebreaker, we actually stole a codebreaker from Oni's. You can purchase those from vending machines. Nice. But you have to be quiet because you are not allowed in the back room. Unless you bribe someone for a pass into the restricted areas. So, we're learning about surveillance footage. Surveillance footage that would be in the office. And this is the back office. It just gets super dark when you get that far from the light, I guess. So we want to get back there. We could knock and try to bribe our way back there. I'll turn on the light so it stops doing that. Or if you know the code, you could enter it. Yeah, now we can probably find this code pretty easily. We also often just find lots of useful bits. Like this. There's a support group starting at Indigo Hair Kitchen on Wednesday evenings. Go to this, Oni. You'll feel better for it. Tell them Kiara sent you. That was far more useful than I expected. I thought that was going to be a random piece of paper, but whoever this Kiara is, they seem to be mixed up in some bad business. Actually, Kiara isn't. I was just looking for paper clips. But I found a useful piece of crumpled paper, so you can find clues anywhere. I was actually looking for the door code. Oh, yep, there's bathrooms back there. Let's see, you can pay for a jukebox. You can find job listings or apartments for sale in all of these useful places. Newspapers. Let's see. I want to... There we go. Killer Among Us. And you can read it. Enforcers were called to discover the body of a 53-year-old male at Rose Building. That's the one we found. You can find hints and clues in newspapers. Press were not allowed to the scene, but according to an Eli Saunders who discovered the body, that's critical information we just picked up. The victim had been brutally shot to death with a pistol or revolver. A neighbor, a Mr. L. Jiang, stated, "I don't know what the city's coming to." So that just told us two pieces of information we had no idea about. We now know who discovered the body. That might be someone we would want to talk to. And we also know that maybe we can just canvass the neighbors, knocking on doors and asking if they saw something strange. Maybe we'll find out about, I heard a disturbance at whatever o'clock. And maybe we can find some corroborating information. Oh, that's just a coffee mug. More useful information like that. Let's see if we want to find... Well, this... looks like we're okay to be in the... Ooh, more paper clips. Yoink. And a key. What's that key for? Well, I guess if it ever closed, we could unlock it now. Oh, the storeroom. But we need to get into the... There we go, the door code. Door codes are posted everywhere. There's actually a city generation setting to turn these off so that it's not that easy. Who said just come to a meeting? Someone on the other side of the wall. Interesting. Well, let's grab this. Kayla is not Kiara, so we know that the code is 1299. I'll get rid of that after I've used it. But who's in the back? Who are we hearing? Can I talk to them? Okay, not very talkative. No, nothing interesting there. Do you know Oni? They were around Rose Building. That's where he died, but this person apparently saw them. Let's see, that tea kettle is in game somewhere. I don't see it. Another paper clip. You go through those fast. Oh, it's probably inside the coffee shop, and I'm just hearing it. So I can't talk to this guy. Oh well, I thought maybe that just come to a meeting. Maybe I could find some information about... And he also may just run into the person, too. Oh, she just changed clothes. But we know the code is 1299. So we've got to be a little bit discreet. Okay, and now that we know that, we actually don't need to keep it memorized. So I could rearm this, and I know the code, it automatically re-enters it, which is very nice. You do not have to keep a record of all the codes. There's also a lean button, which I haven't used yet, so there's nobody in here, so it seems. Oh, now it's going to teach us about how to use the computers. So there's a bunch of stuff. We'll go through those as we get there. So I hid inside before they got too suspicious of me. Okay. Employee information. This is another thing the tutorial doesn't tell you about, but every office will have a whole bunch of records, including the fingerprints of each of their employees. And you can scroll through them. Let's see if we can find either like Oni, maybe Kiara works here. But I strongly would recommend, I don't know, Kayla I think was the manager, yeah, the owner. Eleanor Johansson? Xiaolian Jia. Nope, so the Kayla or Kiara person does not work here. Okay, let's boot up the computer, which is loud. That definitely can wake up... Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't even see that, that camera that was in the corner there. Got very lucky that I'm... Yep, if I'm around the corner, it doesn't see me. Wow, I was standing so close underneath it. No, get out. So you've got a few seconds, and it'll slowly go back. Look in any other direction, please. There we go. No, it's gone that way. Let's sabotage this thing. I got really lucky that this thing didn't go off on me. So yeah, sabotaging this adds to my fines if I got caught. And it uses a lot of lockpicks. Gotta be picking up those hairpins everywhere you can. That's also why I won't feel bad about stealing hairpins. At least until I'm very wealthy and can just buy a ton of them. Okay, so the microcruncher is on. So the admin or the owner, they would probably both work. Ah, yep, it's the same number as the to get into the room. Okay, so we want to look at the surveillance records. Because we know he was here at 22:45 last night. So, let's see. Yes. So anywhere there's a camera, if you can find the computer that's controlling it, you can actually scrub through the security footage and look for people. Like, maybe we can find Oni Jonsson and anybody who he was here with. But it only retains the records for 24 hours. And you can even, like, print the screen to show evidence. So look for Oni on the surveillance entries. Yep, it's telling us exactly. So switch to Monday, and this is 23:55, so 22:45-ish. Thankfully it fills that in, so 22:45? Isn't that what I'm supposed to be looking for? Maybe today is actually that day. So let's try looking for... I do not know why it's making a door noise. Let's just scrub through and look for Oni. Stop making that noise. Are you? No. Thankfully, if you know them, it puts the information above their portrait. Well, that's a bug. Okay, yeah, it's gotta be Monday night. Oh, it probably opened up another page for when he showed... Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I want to go to 22:45. But I don't see him. What did I miss? Oh, there are multiple cameras, though, so how do I just go by a couple minutes? Oh, is sitting with somebody. I apparently found it and then scrubbed right past it. Oh, there's Oni. So who's he sitting with? He's sitting with this unknown citizen. Ah, no. But who are they with? So I want to print the screen. Sometimes it doesn't want to print properly, so go back out. Pick up, row chair, try it from a different position. Well, it's supposed to be able to print it. I don't think I actually need a copy of this still, but we have a photo of somebody now. Let's see. I think if I... Let's see, how do I get that into my evidence? Click. Can I print this? Okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to remember that that person. Green hair with dark shades or sunglasses or something. And as it happens, because we know the code, we can just inspect and potentially steal a diamond. But somebody owns this, so I will not do that. Just pointing out that you can. Let's see. Would I be willing to steal candy? Probably not. So... Oh, inspect? Ah, there we go. It was on there after all. So this person met Yoni at the Indigo Hair Kitchen, which I had not actually bookmarked yet. Crumbled paper. Oni. Okay, so I'm looking for this person now. And I actually have a bunch of information about them. Brown eyes through their glasses somehow. Okay. But a lot of information. And we know what table they were at. I mean, okay, it was the one with the crumpled paper, most likely. But let's go back to the footage. So it was the one across from the jukebox. Okay, well, we didn't get our printed picture, but we got very useful information. Hey. You were suspicious, but I got out fast enough, so... Yeah, basically across from the jukebox, it would have been one of these two. Although that's where the... maybe it was this one. So maybe I can find their fingerprints. Ah, Ona Jonsson touched that piece of paper. He was probably at this table. Do I have any more fingerprints I can get from here? Come on, give me some more. What were you keying off of? Don't mind me. Oh, the mustard? That's somebody who works here. Type K? Maybe hers? Okay. Let's see, maybe I can ask if someone who works here knows that person. Although all the staff have gone on break, I guess. Oh, just come to a meeting, eh? Oh, I want to keep trying to talk to you. Do you know this person? Ah, see. Okay, so Novak House. That's interesting, because we know someone who's related to Novak House. Maybe this is Kiara, who I think she was the person who was supportive. I think that was the Indigo Hair. So we probably think those two are together. Yeah, and that also kind of hints at where they live. So if we had no information, that would be useful. So that person's probably in the support group or knows about it. Ah, you definitely work here. Yep, because we already looked at his employee record, we essentially updated it with his voice information just now. Haha, I can pretend to be the health inspector. But really what I want to know is... he's got nothing to say about that. And also that none of it's my business. Do you know? Oh, he's not willing to answer whether he knows some people. You could bribe him for the door codes. I don't want to arrest him. Don't have any information for that. But we have, essentially, a good idea that the person he met with at Indigo was this Kiara person from Novak. Oh, I don't know why she just started running. Okay, so let's continue following this lead that we sort of had from before. Let's go to Novak House. Ah. You know what, let's follow the tutorial. I think I'm not supposed to know that information yet. So let's find Kiara Simmons using a directory. So, K. Simmons. Hey look, she lives at 402 Novak House. So, we've probably connected those two. Hopefully she'll be willing to answer some questions so we can rule her out. So, this way. And is this? Yep, this must be Novak House. Okay. 402. Okay. Now we're looking for Kiara Simmons. She sounded supportive, so I don't think it's likely to be her, but you never know. Maybe a crime of passion or something. So, well, that's cute. Somebody's coming to answer the door. Excellent. Now you can use that door barging thing to knock people out. It's a very clever trick. She's taken a while. Oh, I think I just heard... Yep, she's unlocking the door. Now you could use that as your... Oh, that's the person. Hello. She's cooperative. Warn her about the killer. Oh, and he's dead. I knew something bad was going to happen. You have to help. Oni mentioned someone called Violet Diaz. We already know a Violet. I think Violet's a hired killer. That's extremely suspicious. Once saw them at Jade King Lounge. Up, and that person might be coming for Kiara. Oh, and some money. Well, that's extremely helpful. And she's giving us a upgrade disc. So she's told us somewhere we might find this Violet Diaz. So, I mean, we were already looking for a Violet, but finding them at the Jade King Lounge, that's a different spot than perhaps where this person lives. So that's very interesting. Yep, she volunteered all that information just straight up, which made our life much easier. So we need to find another city directory. Now if we could get into her house, we could use hers. But let's try going to this Jade King Lounge. If we're lucky, maybe we can just go straight to finding the killer. Ah, but she left something in the mailbox for us. So, you can also find fingerprints on mailboxes. But for... Ah, there we go, 402. So a sync disk. These are basically how you can upgrade or change your attributes. So to install sync disks, we have to find... Oh, yep, this is what they look like. But in order to install it, we have to find a clinic. It's a little bit like Deus Ex. Oh, gotta close that. Now I can see the map. So thankfully these things are typically on the ground floor. That is a clinic symbol, so we go out and to the right. And I don't need to use that for every... Oh, we're still right next door to the Indigo here. And maybe they've got a... Okay, lie down in the bed. And now, install, uninstall. So we have our choice of the two things. We could either increase our health, which is good for fighting, but if you're fighting, you've already lost. I need inventory. Ah. bright light. And now, once that fades away... Oh, once that finally fades away, we look at our inventory, we've got another slot. So that's how you can expand your inventory, which is very nice. So, do they have a directory? They don't seem to have a phone. Let's go back next door to Indigo Hair, because we know that they are 24 hours and they've got a directory. Let's see if we can find this Violet Diaz. Okay, Diaz. V. Diaz. And 1202 Stubbs Deluxe. Already on our list. So, granted, I suppose we could have assumed that that is the same Violet, but now we're quite certain that they're at this Stubbs Deluxe location. So, do we go to the Jade King Lounge, which would probably let us ask around if someone knows Violet Diaz? But we think we know where she lives. Let's go straight there. We got our handcuffs. I guess we don't know that that's her, so we should investigate her. So let's go there. So we've still got 2 leads to go after. They've sort of converged on this Violet person. Okay, looks like we're going into this building. And 12, I'll take the elevator, thank you. Yeah, 19 floor. Oof, that's a lot of stairs. Thankfully, the elevator can also block line of sight if you're being chased. I've definitely used it that way a few times. Have it ready as a getaway vehicle. Tall building. Oh, the stairs are also pretty good if you want to escape. Just keep breaking line of sight. So 1202. Now, a trick it hasn't told us about is that you can peek under doors. So the lights are out. If there's somebody in here, I could knock. That'll make sure that somebody's awake. But right now it's still... it's not that late. Let's investigate this Diaz person. Now, I'd start seeing the warning if we were getting spotted by a camera. So thankfully that's... oh boy, that's not a camera. That is a gun turret. 2 of them, but no cameras on this floor. So let's open. Okay, now we are sneaking. I mean, we are not sneaking, Mr. Policeman. We definitely are not. As long as I'm not across the threshold, I am safe. Okay. A couple of weird glitches. Let's keep the lights off, because this may be a killer. Oh, well, we found the bathroom. You can actually use people's showers to wash off the grime if you've been searching through too much trash. Let's see. We want to look for prints. Type C. We found these at... let's see, 1202 Stubbs Place. I want to connect these two. So this links the person who lives here to the crime. Okay. I think we can be very confident. Now, there may be 2 people who live here. Oh, Shenren work ID. Okay, so there may be 2 people who live here, because we saw Violet Diaz, and now there's Shenren, who works in City Hall. Neat. So we have to make sure we're finding the correct person, not the wrong person who lives here. Oops. They are here, and they might have just woken up. Let's check the map. Where are we? Center map? Okay, so we're down here. So, yeah, they're in the bedroom there. They are both in that bedroom there. Now, I can hide... yeah, there's a closet in here, so I could hide back here if I needed to. Come on, let me out. Let me out. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Please let me out. Okay, I'm gonna pause and hopefully I can get out of this. Okay, well, I managed to get out of that corner. It just took a little bit of glitching and a whole lot of thrown coins. Thankfully, I got that extra money that was meant for Yoni. That took a while, and now I am going to start quick saving, because, oof. Okay, so I know they're in the bedroom. I should hopefully be able to investigate the rest of the house while they're still not up and about. Fingerprint type M. Okay, this is another one that we have found here at 1202 Stubbs, so type M is not our murderer, and I don't think Kiara is the suspicious one. Okay, Violet is the suspicious one, but we've got this other person who was, I forget the name already, but she has a partner, and I don't want to get the wrong person. Okay, inspect heal. Heal size 13. Uh-oh. Don't mind me. As long as I'm not directly in their path, but this is dangerous. Praise Uncle, he'll lead us to Eden. That is a weird letter. Shenren wallet. Okay, so this is Shenren, and I don't know if he's the killer. I think I'll take the key because that'll be useful for getting back into this apartment, but I will not rob the money. Let's see, heat pack, calligraphy set. Not suspicious on its own. So I don't actually know there. Oh, I can hide under the chair. That's good to know. Let's see. Wait, that's set files. But there aren't any in there. Okay. That is making a little bit of noise. Let's see. Nowhere for me to hide. And whoops, they're here now. Cool. So that's probably Violet, because the other person is Shenren. Now I've got one pair of handcuffs, but not two. Oh, got her with the handcuffs. Okay, so inspect. We don't know who this person is, but we've got a lot of... We strongly suspect that this is Violet Diaz. We can search her. Uh-oh. Pay no attention to what you are seeing. Nothing to see here. Okay, I wish I had a second pair of handcuffs. That is a... Well, I would like to talk to you, but you're not making that easy. I think all the information I need is in... Paperclip. Well, let's turn on the lights. We're not exactly being stealthy at this point. Oh, hey, that's her purse. I think I'm going to need to fight. Where are you? Oh, so that's a counter. Okay, I knocked him out. So this is Shenren. And let's search him. Nice if I could just take her fingerprints forcibly or something. So he should be out for a little while. Now we need to inspect everything we can. So, what is this? Her bank statement? Or the bank statement of someone else, because she is not 302. This is someone else's bank statement. So this is Violet Diaz. We have confirmed, and this is where she lives. Okay. Yeah, he's still in ragdoll mode. Okay, get as much information as we can. We need to place her at the crime scene. Can I just take your fingerprints? Come on. I could do that with the dead guy. Can I do that with the unconscious guy? Seems no. Going to have to do this the hard way, apparently. Oh, there's... Oh! What is this? That is a pistol, and it's got Type-C fingerprints on it. This is probably our murder weapon. Okay. Let's find information. Okay, so... Shenren has a prescription for beta blockers. Let's see, Violet Diaz also has beta blockers. Shenren lives here. Let's see. Oh, that's not what the last one was. Oh, Shenren works at City Hall. Violet Diaz lives here. Let's see. Well, here's the bank statement for Shenren. And his birth certificate. And her birth certificate. Now, if I could just get her fingerprints. Or, like, prove that it's hers. Business card. Now, I can probably confirm it's his fingerprints from his... Okay, good. So, if Type M was on his business card, he's probably Type M. Size 13 heel versus... We don't have the other ones. Another key. A letter. Overdue payment. Violet Diaz has committed assault, possession of a deadly weapon. This is even more evidence that she is a dangerous person, but it's not quite really 100%. Oh. I thought that was something underneath. Sound the alarm. That's not good. A camera is actually a very useful tool. Uh-oh. Now, why can I not take your prints? If I at least know where she works, then I could get her fingerprints from there. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oops. Oh! Okay, getting shot. And if that sees me, that will shoot me as well. How do I turn this off? Okay. I know it's locked. Oh. Okay, the enforcer. What? Why are you beating me? Stop hitting me. Okay, I'm apparently still being pursued. I just need to leave the building successfully, and I will be free of all of these crimes. Violet will still be handcuffed for about 2 hours, so I need to get to City Hall. Ah, so many alarms. Oh, that's not good. Get out, get out. Ah, and all the alarms are defeated. So, I still have one trick up my sleeve that it doesn't tell you in the tutorial, but first I need to get back to City Hall, which is down there, so I just need to turn around, because there it is. It's all grayed out because I am severely injured. Let's see, can I see my... Yeah, Stubbs Deluxe security systems are still after me for a while. I want to check out... Where can I see my health? Like how beaten up I am. I guess it's not going to directly tell me, just that sort of a crosshair thing. Okay, so something that this game does not tell you about are government databases. So there's almost always... Yep, 1921. A passcode in the medical ward on the first floor, and the government database you can use to search up records on literally anybody who exists on the city. So if we look at the printed citizen file, we can get somebody's name, birth date, the basic physical stuff, and most importantly, their fingerprint. This is what I was trying to get at the house. Oh, job title hired killer. That kind of puts the pin in it, doesn't it? But the Type C fingerprint, that is what I was looking for the resolution form. So the full name of the killer. Oh, there's a penalty if we get it wrong. Oh, you could enter it in, but I know that it is Violet Diaz. Arrest the killer. We've done that. If she is still handcuffed when we put this in, I think that gets checked off for us. The evidence that puts her at the crime scene is the fingerprint. The fingerprint... Oh, maybe I have to select specifically the one that I found there. I don't know if that matters, but yeah, her fingerprint puts her there. Where does she live? 1202 Stubbs Deluxe. Have we located the murder weapon? Most likely we have. Where did I put the guy? There we go. The Lazarus 5 there. Plot route to hand in. Maybe she got out of the handcuffs by now, but if it isn't, I'm not worried about it. I don't need to go back there, face the turreted apartment building for it. So, plot route to hand in. Yeah, if you hit close case, that will just literally close the case on you. So, you just have to fill out the form. Hopefully you've still got them arrested. And you submit the form right where you picked up the case file. And it will validate everything for you. Hopefully we got that right. So, case processing. Hey, it did give us credit for the arrest. So, woo! We have solved our first case, our first murder case. And it leads us into social credit. And we got paid for solving the murder. I guess by the city. As a freelance, though notably the police were not on our side during that thing. Oh, we're not quite done with the tutorial yet. We'll wrap this up. So, yep, we have closed the case. It'll still show there so that we can look at it if we want. But to fully remove it, we have to archive/close it. Oh, okay. It's a story case. It won't let us do it. But you can choose to just abandon a case at any time by using that close case button. So let's go back home to Gomez. I think it's already plotted a route to it for us. Let's see. Let's just make sure. 303 Gomez. Okay. So, looks like we live above the Sync Clinic. Yep. I'll go up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Repossessed. Oh, I didn't make the payments. The Joint Corporation Housing Consortium hereby takes possession of this property and all contents within accordance with corporate legislation. Any attempt by the former tenant to break back in will be charged as a criminal act. Signed, Lan Fan Hay. Okay. So, the last step of the tutorial is... Oh, okay. Is they take away the nice apartment you started the game with, and they sort of link you to where there's a flop house. Actually, this is new to me. I didn't get as far as the flop house before. I just ended the tutorial there. Maybe this will be useful when we start our sandbox mode in a moment. Guess I'll keep going for another couple of minutes. So I need a city directory. City Hall can do that. If looks like that Dragon Place across the street is open, or the diner. Actually, I think this will be a good lesson as to what happens when you run face first into a bunch of turrets. So you can pay your medical fees, which is 20% of whatever cash you happen to have at the moment, or you can try to escape without paying the fees. Worst case scenario, you really just end up right back where you were before. But since I'm going to start over again, I'm not worried about losing the money. So you get sent to the medical ward where you have to recover. And since we paid and made our full recovery, we've actually got the well-rested buffs. Hopefully, that erased our wanted level with Stubbs, and we can now get to that flop house we found earlier. So I'm gonna pause the recording again and be right back in a second. Okay, good news. The alarm in Stubbs was cleared, so now we can knock at the door of the flop house and see what they've got to say to us. Let's see, timestamp there was noon. Hello. Well, so the other thing I'll teach you about is passing time. So you can set an alarm, like by the hour, so let's wait until the evening until she's here. And it fast forwards the whole thing, and we can stop it early if we see someone jump in or out of the house. Yeah, it just goes in super fast mode until then. So 20, maybe 8 o'clock if she's out at work, we can... Okay, this time it looks like someone actually got home. Hey, we finally have the door open. Hello. Ah, Beth Gallagher, this is who we were looking for. I'm a member of the police whatever stuff. Ah, hard times. Oh, it's your lucky day. We've got a place free. So basement 3 in Novak House. Here's the key. Hey, so they did give us a flop house after all. I'd say have a nice day, but... Okay. So, the tutorial actually is giving us some place to stay. So let's look at this 03 Novak house. Now, if it's a basement, it's probably not a nice place, but I want to get to the bottom of this before the end. So the tutorial, they start with a nice house, then they take it away and they give you a basement place somewhere? Is this basement 3? Well, we have the key for it. This is probably our new home. Wow. But they gave us a notice board? Ah. And our story begins. So, we need to get out of this hellhole city by advancing our social ranks, by completing jobs. Oh, now it's finally telling us we can close the starting case. Yay, and that clears it from the board. Ah, better than sleeping roughs. And there's one of those new Starch Cola sync discs in the mail. Ah, but hey, a discount on getting Starch Cola. And if you need cash, check out the notice boards. So this is the starting point for the game. A 100% empty... Oh yeah, even the bathroom, 100% empty. Okay, so this is where the tutorial ends. You still have a place, which is better than when you start out in sandbox mode and have that deselected. You start out literally homeless, which I think is a decent challenge. So, okay, we have finally reached the end of the tutorial. I'll cut out some of those long pauses waiting for the person to show up. But yeah, so next time we'll be back and we'll be starting a brand new sandbox game in a extra large city. Haha, and hope that's going to be fun. So, okay, hope you had fun watching this and see you in the next episode. So, bye-bye.